even I guess anyone would hate this as a woman is the biological clock. The fact that there's a clock itself, there's a time. Because personally, I wouldn't have kids anytime soon. I actually would spend all of my 30s just on my own, enjoying my life and living and traveling and whatever. However, the clock does exist.
Hi guys, Murugi Muni here.
It's Lydia KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between.
It's definitely TMI. We're even on key.
Now we know. Are we on key?
We are. Like we were
tell.
singing the same note.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know what
You
note. I don't know. Me, I'm here. I just show up.
What when kids were in choir, when they were in primary school, what were you doing?
Oh,
You didn't go to choir?
I remember I did music when I was younger,
What did you
but
learn?
nothing.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely
how your
nothing.
Kids' fees just drinks water. Just drinks water.
Thank you, mommy.
Hi guys, welcome. So sorry.
It's okay.
Welcome to this episode, guys. It is International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day. Mwah.
Mwah.
One of the best women I know.
Ever, you too, babe.
Like,
Top tier
you're
woman. Top tier woman.
We just look at you and we're like, yeah.
Wow, look at
woman,
you. Look
phenomenal.
Look at you.
I celebrate you today.
I celebrate
Yeah.
you too,
And guys,
darling.
we're in purple because purple is the color. Lydia is the one who told me that.
Yeah,
It
it
is?
is. Yeah.
Is this purple? Is this pink?
It's pink, but then it has some purple.
Yeah, but also the pink is kind of like a purplish, pinkish kind of.
Perfect.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
looks perfect.
Thank you,
Happy
honey.
International Women's Day to all the women out there and everyone who came from a woman, which is everyone.
Everyone.
Everybody.
Happy International Women to the world.
To the world. Everybody has a woman in their life that they could celebrate, which I
Yeah.
absolutely love.
For sure. Top, my mom, for sure, my sister.
Mm.
Anyway, guys, I constantly talk about how much I love women. I mean,
Yeah.
and every time I affirm that, I meet more amazing women. Right now, my physio and my chiro is an amazing woman. My PA is an amazing woman. My swimming coach is an amazing woman. I just align
Yeah.
with amazing women.
I think Lydia loves women more than like just like the ordinary woman.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
when I
for
hear you
sure.
speaking about like how amazing it is like when you align with great women, for me, I feel like it's neither here nor there when I think woman, man, but I do feel more comfort when I'm like in the presence of
I think
more
every
women.
woman feels more
exactly, yeah.
comfort.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to like meeting people, I'm just like, oh, you know, could be a woman, could be a man. If they're a good person, that's all, you know.
And it's and I have great men friends, by
Yeah.
the way, as well. But I think there's something. Anyway, we're gonna be.
We're going to be talking about these things. There's just lots. But anyway, before you continue watching, guys, if you have not subscribed to our channel, if you're watching on YouTube, please take a second and subscribe. We're this close to 100K.
So
We're
close,
this
so
close,
close.
guys. And our birthday, our TMI birthday is in July.
Yeah.
It's in July. So it would be really great to get to 100K by then. So please just subscribe. Just subscribe if you haven't already. And follow us on all our social media. TMI Podcast KE, Murugi Muni, Lydia KM. Everywhere, basically everywhere. Yeah.
And make sure you're subscribed to our wherever you're listening to your podcast. I know sometimes, guys, we keep saying we are a podcast, so we're gonna talk more about, like, you know, to our audio audience. So sorry that we forget, because sometimes we have cameras here and it just feels almost
sometimes,
natural.
We always have cameras.
We always have cameras
Yeah,
here. So
exactly.
sometimes we feel like we're interacting to who we're looking at.
Yeah.
But if you're listening to us, thank you so much to our devoted fans, devoted king between us, queen between us on our podcast platform. We're pretty much everywhere. And sometimes, guys, if maybe you're on your platform and why is the episode not up, it's okay to DM us. Sometimes there's technical difficulties sometimes, and we appreciate you giving us a bit of a heads up.
Exactly, yeah.
So first of all, for International Women's Day, the theme is embrace equity. So there's a difference between equity and equality. So equality is putting everyone on the same level playing field, whereas equity is giving people enough support to be able to actually compete properly on an actual playing field. So if Joe is the shortest in the room and I'm the tallest, equality puts us on the same floor. But equity puts
allows
Joe
me
up to go up so that we can actually be the same height. So that's what we're going to be doing for International Women's Day. So please do something to celebrate a woman, or to do something that supports equity, or to check someone who's being sexist, advocacy can be whatever you want. I don't think we all have to go to the rally. You can advocate and push the this agenda forward in whichever way you
can even
want.
put up a post on your story about women. I mean, anything. Yeah, but sending a nice message to a woman in your life, I think, is a good thing to do.
It's a
nice
wonderful
thing to do.
thing. We expect messages on our phones.
Because I mean, I feel like me as a woman, if a man in my life doesn't tell me, I'm so glad that you're here and you're a woman, and I recognize that you're different from me, but amazing in your own way. It just feels good.
It just feels good.
It just feels good. Yeah.
So today we wanted to talk about things that we love and hate about being a woman.
I mean, I wouldn't say hate, but things
that could be better. Things that could be better.
Me, I wrote it on my thing as like, I did it as the best and the less best things.
Because you don't want to even
I don't want it to be negative, you know, because
negative.
Like, and in some ways, as I was writing it, I was just kind of like, some of the best things also have some like not good things about it. And it's like, it's great. Like one of my top ones was childbirth kind of sucks, but also the fact that we get to be the gender who is like, we can bring life. It's just like, it's really great. But it's like, you know,
it's like there's a L and there's a W.
And there's a W.
And that's okay because in general, do you love being a woman?
I do.
I absolutely love being a woman as well. Like there's a time when I guess part of the resentment of how easy or to me it seemed men get life, there was a bit of a resentment. I feel like that resentment will always be kind of there. But generally I've come to embrace my womanhood in a way that I'm so in love with. I love being a woman.
And I feel like the older we get, maybe the better, because now you kind of like sink into your womanhood. It's like you allow yourself to be a woman, you know, kind of thing. And also, I feel like men have it difficult, but like in a different way.
In a different way, for sure.
And I feel like because we are women and we've only ever been women, we'll just never know what the pressure on their side feels like. And because they have never been us, then they'll never be able to understand what it's like. You know, you can only say from your point of view.
Yeah, I do. The older I get, also, the more I'm so empathetic about some of the things that men face, whether we like it or not. I do empathize with that. And the more we do this whole whatever, men have it easy, we are the ones who are having hard, the more we create a gap between the genders, right? So let's be more empathetic on each other's struggle. You don't have to get it, just empathize that it is difficult for me for whatever reason.
For us and for men. So one of my first ones, now that I've already mentioned it, is pregnancy and childbirth. Because obviously it's really the process of pregnancy and childbirth is really difficult in a way that cannot be explained to anyone who has not gone through it. It's just one of those things you just can't know until you've actually.
But you can watch Millie what Jesus' video.
She will never get over it. She
pie.
will never get over it.
I will never get over that. Her childbirth experience. Hi Millie, if you're watching or listening, let me tell you, it changed my mind about everything.
But had you never seen anybody give birth?
I don't know what it is with her.
Right. Or maybe it's because she's like the first person who is like, you know her.
Maybe.
And you know how happy she is all the time. Hi, love. You know, hi. Then now it's like, God. Wow.
You know, guys, I think that it caused a bit of a trauma to me.
Yeah, I think it did.
And I think the one thing that helped me get through it is because they were narrating it. So you could see that she survived. Because watching that without knowing that she's alive,
it was tough. And her husband praying, you know, throughout, which is, you know, so lovely for him to pray over her.
Yeah, anyway, so I know I can never know, but that gave me something.
Exactly. Yeah. But on the plus side, we get to be the ones who have that connection with a baby. When you know, there's something that men just can never have in terms of that connection, especially when the baby is born, because you've carried you. It's like the baby has been part of you, literally. And if you just sit and think about it, it's like it's here. And then it's bigger, and and then it's out. Isn't that crazy?
That's miraculous.
Also, you know absolutely 100% without having to take a DNA test
yours.
Which kids are your kids.
Yes. But you guys keep saying,
I mean,
oh,
Zach,
my son, my children.
Your kids kind of look like you. So that's why you're just comfortable. But, you know,
who knows? Who knows?
Like, don't be shocked by anything. You can't be shocked by anything. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, the fact that being a man, you can't really know, like, where is your seed? Where has your seed gone? You know, kind of thing.
I absolutely... actually, one of the things I said was childbirth for hate as well. Yeah. But also the gift.
Hate, please. Let's not use the word
definitely
hate.
said hate.
Let's say dislike.
I would never see that and think
maybe
anything
you're
else.
Going to have, you know, there are some people who have, I told you Angie's birth was,
it was just like, cough and out.
She literally did not make a single sound. She was just walking around and like, when
but
she was feeling pain,
evidence of her not being in extreme pain.
But even afterwards, she was just like, I mean, it was painful, but it wasn't like, you know, you know, some people it's just like that. Some people go into labor 10 minutes, the baby has popped out.
Yeah. Before me, I go through the pushing.
You look like you're going to go through a lot of pain. I'm sorry.
I need a thesis on why this has to happen.
I have to tell you.
I'm so sorry.
And that's why I had 3 CSs because there are some things in life. It's just like, if I don't have to, am I going to do it so that I can prove to the world that I'm a real woman?
No, please, I don't need that.
That's
out the window.
Yeah.
Guys, watch that video. You know what I'm talking about. You know what? But actually, maybe don't, because you might not want kids.
Yeah, actually don't.
Anyway, so that was one of mine as well. It's like the fact that we get to have to be the ones who carry the child, and there's something with that, and the motherhood in general. To be honest, I really look up to it. I admire it so much, and I can't wait to be a mom because of the relationship I have with my mom. My mom is like, she loves being a mom so much that it's just like, wow, you know, maybe I won't, but I can just assume that I would like it. If I had
to choose between motherhood and fatherhood, I would choose fatherhood.
Of course.
Def would choose fatherhood.
Yeah.
Fathers get to
But you love your kids, but you don't love motherhood.
Yeah, I don't love motherhood because I feel like motherhood in a lot of ways is like a lot of maintaining things as they are. You know, you're the one who's thinking about like, okay, them getting to school, the clothes they're wearing, the whatever, like the nitty-gritties. I feel like fathers get to be like just the fun, the, you know, exciting part of it. It's like, even if he comes home late, it doesn't matter that you are there with them since 6 a.m. It's like they get to get all the funnest parts of parenting kind of thing. So, but yeah, it's exciting that we get to be mothers.
Yeah, and I feel like with fathers, it feels like you're you, but a father. Whereas motherhood is like you're
I'm
a mom.
mother. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've never had anyone describe it like that, but
right?
that's
accurate. True. It's like that. It doesn't.
So accurate.
There's no separation. With men most of the time. It's like you're here. Even amazing father. By the way, this is not about how much time someone spends with their kid. Like Shiv looks like he's a super and because his work is more flexible. He's with the kids just as much, I guess. But you can still see it's like
there's
separation.
There's a person,
Shiv, and then there's fatherhood. We're always mentioning Shiv. The one.
Anyway, we like you, Shiv. You see, that's why we had to come and be a guest.
He was
or whatever.
He was a fantastic
episode.
Guest. So one of the things which I said that I do hate, and I think this is more, even I guess anyone would hate this as a woman, is the biological clock. The fact that there's a clock itself, there's a time. Because personally, I wouldn't have kids anytime soon. I actually would spend all of my 30s just on my own, enjoying my life and living and traveling and whatever. However, the clock does exist.
Yeah.
It just does, whether I like it or not, you know? And of course, there's many other reasons why somebody's not able to conceive. There's many other things. But generally speaking, it's like there's a time when it gets more difficult, right?
And more
when
dangerous.
you have your first child after you're 35, it's a geriatric pregnancy. And you know,
I
there's
thought it was
so
after
many...
40. It's 35 now.
It's 35.
We are knocking on the door like this.
Yeah.
Hey. Now is the time to decide.
See, that's it. That's the thing. And I realize it's something which I feel like it's imposed on me. Like, I feel like I have to really think about it, but I really don't want to. Yeah, I really hate that.
Whenever I hear people talking about biological clock, I find it so interesting because I had my children quite young, especially Ethan. I was 19. It's just not something that ever crosses my mind that I ever think about, because I know, why would it, right? So even when you said it, I was just like, hey, by the way, women, I mean, as a man can literally be siring children at the ripe old age of 75 and 80, okay? But you're all shriveled up.
Exactly. And that's like a real, I don't know if it's like a fear, but it's like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but there's women, by the way, who are having kids into their 40s, all that. But that's not the rule. Those are exceptions. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And also when you do that, it's like you have to have already mentally accepted that you're taking a risk.
Yeah, there's risk
involved. It is literally proven. Higher risk of miscarriage, higher risk of, disabled children, things like that.
That's annoying. Honestly, guys, I would literally cruise through my 30s living my best life.
But that's what you're saying now, because you're not like with a person. But it's like if you met somebody who you're just like, you're super committed, because also remember in your 30s you're not dating like for fun. I feel like it's intentional, but it's very intentional. It's not the kind of relationship you'll get into and be dating for 10 years before you get married. So I feel like if you were to meet that person, you would be open to having children sooner rather than later.
Actually, but if I didn't have the biological clock, despite being with someone, I know I'm more aware of it because of that.
Yeah,
I know I'll plan things around based on that. But if I didn't have it, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Even my last relationship, I know it's just because I'm aware of this more than because it's something that I really want to have now.
And then also, I feel like the biological clock, especially now when you approach your 30s and when you get to your 30s, it definitely impacts your choices when like you find out you're pregnant.
There you go.
Yeah. So imagine when you're early 20s, just like I have all the time to have all the babies. You can have abortion after abortion. But when you're 30, don't die, please. When you're past 30, it's like, but if I kill this one, oh, sorry. If I terminate this one, is that an inappropriate term?
I think so.
Oh,
for sure.
So sorry. Okay, fine. If I terminate this one, it's just like, what if I'm not able to have another one after this kind of thing? Yeah.
Period it affects your choices completely. Especially if you do want to be a mom. And I know I project that. Like, I think this is like, I don't know, is this internalized sexism or internalized misogyny? But when I do see a woman who maybe they've got all of the successes and everything like that, but they're not a mom, especially not even necessarily marriage, but motherhood, I feel like something's missing. But that's me projecting because of what I would feel if that was my case. Not because there's anything wrong with that. You can absolutely you don't even have to have kids. I'm here for all the content of childless mothers, by the way, here for it. But I do project that because I know how much I want to be a mom.
So funny you should mention this content about child-free people, whatever. I'm not here for that content.
Oh, really?
And this is why
I thought you were saying the other day.
I changed my mind. I've changed my mind.
The other day she was like,
and this is why,
Chelsea Handler.
I don't know why I feel like every time I watch content about people who are choosing to be child-free, it just feels very aggressive to me. And that could be me projecting. I'm not saying necessarily that it is aggressive, but it feels so just like it's like almost like they are really defending the fact that they don't want to have children. And I get people doing that because society keeps telling you must.
What's
There's something wrong with you. Why don't you
Yeah.
want to have kids? So I get that. But I feel like as a parent, I feel like maybe just because the content is not made for me.
Yeah.
But I imagine someone else who is child-free or is trying to decide whether or not to be child-free, they would probably appreciate the content.
Yeah.
But me personally, I'm just like, and then it makes me wonder when someone who has chosen to be child-free watches my content about parenting, I wonder if they feel the same way.
Funny enough, this is what, and I was actually making this point. We were talking about, there's a video that Chelsea Handler talks about, like my day as a childless woman. And a lot of it I shared with you. It felt like more like making fun
of
the people who
have
are
kids.
struggling.
Yeah.
Like it was something like, so then I go to the supermarket and I shop and there's no one who's screaming to annoy me because I don't have kids.
Yeah.
There was a way that it was somewhat like making fun-ish. It wasn't just necessarily just like, look at the joys of being child-free. It more was like, because you chose this
exactly
route,
yesterday.
And I told you I thought that was like more on that side. But when people talk about like, I decided I don't want to have children and this is how I live my life, I respect that. That doesn't trigger me.
Exactly, yeah. But it seems like the ones which I always find are on this other extreme. Like yesterday I saw one where a woman was like, so if you have decided to be child-free, could you share with me in the comments like your top 5 reasons? And she's like, I'm just gonna share mine with yours. And then it's her scrolling to the top of a list from like number 250. From number 250, she's like, just a second. And there were actual points because I kept pausing to read them. Yeah. Like, I like my freedom. I enjoy sleeping past 6:30 a.m. I don't know what, like, I want to spend my money on me and not on tiny little monsters. Like, there was so much. And I was just like, I mean,
a lot of times it does get borderline to like more poking at people who have chosen to have children than just sharing the joys of not having kids.
But I think
there's a balance for sure.
Yeah, but I think the positive thing is I think it's allowing more women to think about, do I actually want to have children?
Or have I been told that I must?
Exactly, kind of thing.
I've thought about that, and I feel like even if maybe...
yours for sure.
But guess what? Even if maybe my condition is just deeper than the rest, because truly I feel like I could not have kids.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's true. I'm saying that I know I could not, and it would be fine, but I can't imagine that.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's my conditioning.
You're same as Nelly, because Nelly also, she really loves kids, and she's just like, she feels like her purpose on this earth, she was born to be a mom to some kids, which I love. I love for people.
Yeah. Wow, we have digressed.
We've really gone into that one. Okay, fine. Should I do our best or should I do our worst?
I did a one that I don't like.
You don't like? Okay, fine. So a positive one for me is society being more open to women exploring their sexuality beyond, not even just their sexuality, but exploring other aspects of themselves beyond what is like the standard. I feel like when it comes to things like makeup and how we wear our hair and even sexuality, I actually was reading that a lot of studies have shown that women, 60% of heterosexual women have fantasized about being with a woman before. And of course, a huge majority, not majority, but a huge number have actually done it. But I feel like when you think about how society perceives even a woman being affectionate towards another woman, or like, you know, being in certain situations, or deciding she wants to cut off her hair or wants to wear her hair till down here, it's just like, you know, women just express themselves and we just do what we do. But with men, it feels a lot more like
men are allowed to have more sex, but their sexuality is definitely guarded. It's like you're only allowed to have sex with a woman. Period.
Yep.
That's it. We don't want to hear it.
Nothing
Whereas
else.
the second you say like you even kissed a girl, it's already like, interesting.
Exactly. When a guy...
You did what?
You did.
You kissed Njoroge.
Leave Joro, man. Leave Joro. But I think it's unfair because I'm just like it's the same, a girl and a girl and a guy and a guy. Why does it have to be taken like, oh my gosh?
Definitely a difference in that. In our conditioning, there is no difference. Everyone's allowed to express their sexuality. But because we're already so affectionate, it's already like more like hugging. How many times do we hug? How many times do I touch you in 1 hour of TMI? 1 hour, you know? It's already so encouraged that the next step seems closer. But men who even hugging is like, whoa. Yeah. All right.
Or even saying I love you to another man.
It's a huge issue.
It's crazy.
I really want to be part of changing that because we're just raising emotionally suppressed men, sexually suppressed men. So I'm here to change that for sure. I see how. I agree with that. I love that part.
I love it.
And also for me, one of the things I said that I do love about being a woman is being able to express my emotions as well. Like because I'm so emotional, imagine being like this, but a man. So yesterday, like the week before last, I cried on TMI.
Yeah.
That's like whatever. It may have made news had I been a man.
I know. Actually, I would feel horrible for a man who feels as deeply as you
and then do. Not being able to express themselves.
And naturally, women have higher like EQ. I don't know if that it relates to EQ. So I feel like
because of being allowed to even explore those. Yeah. So that's something I love as well.
And women, you know, we are part of the problem because me, I've said here many times, my man is not going to be crying like Dom on Perfect Match. Yeah. He's not going to. Two tears. That's all I'm allowing.
Whoa.
Me at some point I was just like, please go watch Perfect Match so you can understand what we're talking about. But I was like, someone cut the cameras. This is not fair. Cut the cameras, please.
That was horrible to watch. And I'm emotional. I don't even think it's because he's a man. I just thought that was that was a world of emotion.
Like for us, that's just a normal Tuesday evening. It's just like having a little cry in your house.
I'm here. I support men crying, by the way, in practice as well, just in case anyone was wondering. Yeah.
Okay, so you've just finished having sex, and then he's still inside you, but you're just waiting for things to calm down, and he's crying.
What is he crying about? His mom died yesterday. Then cry on, sweetheart.
No, he's crying because it's been so long since a woman made him feel so good. And now you're comfortable.
My pussy power. What can I say,
baby? It's okay.
He comes home from a long day.
He comes home from a long day.
I know you're trying to push him, but I don't cringe. I'm telling you.
No, and I'm not just talking about like tears that run down his face.
I've never experienced a man crying like that. Most men
so how can
usually.
You be sure you're okay with it?
What? With crying? Yeah. No, I've experienced someone with a lot of tears, but it's not dumb. You know? It's like they're just crying.
Like pumping. I don't know.
They're just crying normally. It's not like Dom couldn't breathe.
Yeah, Dom
he couldn't breathe. Whoa.
I was like, he looks like he's about to go and commit suicide.
Yeah, but for me, I feel completely comfortable. But just like the same way, if a stranger cries, I'm more uncomfortable. The intimacy we have between us is gonna give me more room to be open and comfortable with your emotions. But I support it. If your man is crying, hold it down, because all emotions, everyone wants to be validated. Everyone wants to be seen. So just see him.
Okay, I'll take it once a year then. That's it.
It's like, so good. hold tight, POP. Okay, another one. Something that I love about being a woman is the sisterhood. I think I've mentioned this a few times about I feel like brotherhood must be nice. I imagine it's great. But for me, female friendships. Friendships with my women, nothing can touch that. Even conversations with you, there's a certain intimacy that maybe I'll never get with a man.
You're
ever.
right. You're right.
There's something,
because it's like, she gets it.
It's so. Oh my God, sisterhood, the sisterhood that we're able to connect, the general arsoness that women we create, despite the world constantly telling us that we are our worst enemies. It's not true. That's a lie. We are constantly in huddles. We are constantly together, trying to do things together. All the things with women that women just do for women.
Yeah.
I saw for one boy. I don't know if it's just for women though, but I think it is. She just launched something that's more to have like women be coming together, doing events, like women are always working to be more around women.
And I think it's because we've all because we have a shared history of like the world not valuing women as much, and the world kind of like putting us in a box. I feel like it's like everyone understands what it's like trying to get out of that box, or trying to get out of that place we've been put in. So I feel like it's like, I need help, and I know this babe needs help too, so let's just help each other.
100%.
Like being in a bathroom and a woman just gives you a tampon because you need a tampon, I'm just like, look, my sister,
I'm telling you,
you're my sister.
Sisterhood to me it's one of the things that makes my life so rich, because my female friendships are tight. And I love, by the way, my guy friends. I have like maybe like actually no, I have quite a lot of guy friends, but there's a sisterhood that they can't touch.
Honestly, the only thing that is missing is sex in the sisterhood for it to be for it to be a marriage.
For it to be a marriage.
Actually, let's be honest.
It's true.
My perception of like brohood or like friendship in men feels, it's like, to us, because of the way we connect, it feels shallow looking at it. Because for me, when I watch, like, for example, Zach with his friends, sometimes maybe he's had a really difficult day or whatever, but he won't tell his friends that. He'll just be like, I want to hang out with my friends, but not so he can tell them, actually, guys, I'm having this difficult thing. It's just so that it can get his mind off of what he's going through. But for women, I feel like if I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna come and tell you, so that we can actually sort it out together, kind of thing. So
I think it's based on how we connect. Men connect very differently.
They do.
And I feel like sometimes with men, it's more about surviving together, whereas women, it's like about be in my life, be almost in my skin. We really like to be just so together, but I don't think necessarily it's all that way with men all the time. I do know there are some men who have very close brotherhood relationships, but generally speaking, sisterhood is one of the best things, the best gifts ever. And I'm glad that I'm able to have female friendships that are warm and close and supportive, because I know that's not natural for everyone.
Exactly. Even like on my platform online, I feel that sisterhood there. It's just like everyone is in a different place, but the way it's like we all speak the same way, and like we're all experiencing the same things, and that's what I love about being online. It's just kind of like I have sisters everywhere. I love that.
Sure.
I love that feeling so much.
We love you, Queen Between Us.
King Between Us.
King Between as well, but now right now we're talking about Queen Between Us.
You're right. One of the I don't know whether I would say this is a best one or a less best one, but it's the maintenance it takes to be a woman. Like, it's great that we get to like frequently do our hair and wax every 3 weeks, and I don't know, go to the salon to do our nails every 2.5 weeks. And it's nice that we get to do that, because then we can change up. It's just like, if I'm not feeling my hair, I'm gonna change it. How often is Zach going to be like, what, I want to change things up? Not that often. So I like that, but also it can get a bit tedious. To me, there are some things that I do which I feel like are tedious. Like we said, getting our nails done doesn't feel, it's tiring, but getting our toes done feels great. Amazing. But at the same time, you're not going to come on TMI and then now the top people are not even listening to us. They're just like, have you guys seen Lydia's nails? No.
Like,
she didn't.
And we're judged a lot about how we look.
Exactly.
So maintenance almost, it's conditioning though.
It's conditioning,
and you're the one who here is always frowning about people with hairy armpits.
That's unacceptable. And I'm part of the conditioning committee, and we've been sent to tell you, please shave your armpits, wax them, please. Oh my God. But I like that we get to do such things. I like I go and get to choose what I want my nails to be, but also it kind of feels like I have to do my nails. I have to. It's like part of what it's because of the beauty standards. We now feel like this is what I feel my best, because this is how I feel beautiful. And all of these things are outside ourselves, to be honest. But I understand. But I feel like you, or maybe like women of a certain level, might just have more maintenance, because I don't think this is an everyone problem. Yeah, but keeping it, I guess so.
There's plenty of people who, they literally just put mafuta on their face do lines on with their own hair
And that's
every
it.
2 weeks, and that's
Okay,
it.
I guess it's us. It's where we
It's
are,
us,
and also
yeah.
our jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, but I get that. It is annoying.
It can be
What's
annoying.
the most annoying thing for me? I think it's getting my nails done.
Yeah.
That's it. Especially because I'm sitting like this and I can't use my phone. I can't do anything. Sometimes it's like,
I know you have to put on a show. Then
Yeah.
let an ad
and it's
come
by
on,
force.
and it's not. Oh,
It's by force. I'm watching the show by force.
that time Nancy's messaging you. Please put up the small business ad.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't even. There are foils
You're
on
gonna have to wait.
my
You
fingers.
have to wait. Yeah, so I get that part. The less hate. Okay,
less,
fine. That's what you're using.
Less best.
Another thing, or another thing I don't like about being a woman is mostly about being a woman in today's world. Right? It's still better than, let's say, 50 years ago.
For sure.
But the other day, I was wearing a skirt, right? A skirt that has shorts inside.
Whatever you're about to say, already when I saw you were about to leave the house like that, I was a bit concerned.
Yeah. However, that is a difference in worlds, because in England, I wouldn't feel anything.
Oh, for sure.
So then when I realized, when I went out, right, I was just like, there's nothing here. No one is seeing my vagina lips, nothing.
But where were you going?
I was going to run some errands. I went to get some things at the supermarket. What else did I do? Went to get my wig lines done. It wasn't anything. It was just like normal day. Anyway, I felt so... Like if a man was wearing shorts, it would just be like whatever. Even a man was out like that in the sun. It's like, oh, you're hot. But me, it's just like, what a harlot. What a harlot. Also some other things, safety-wise. Like just knowing, it's like, me and Joe are talking about how we like being home early.
By
in
6,
the dark.
That's the
what
thing.
am I doing outside in the dark?
A
And I know there's a
man would
conditioning about like it being dark. You know, when you think about like maybe driving home or being at your gate. Oh, people are just like, oh, it's like 7 p.m. I want to take a walk. What?
A walk?
What? You know, so that feeling of not always... I feel like I anticipate not being safe. Feeling unsafe in this world is really annoying to me.
Yeah,
that part is annoying. It's like more of like how the world relates to us more than it being something about womanhood, because in a perfect world, I should just feel comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that part...
Yeah. Okay, so me, I have to be honest, when I saw you post that, I was just like, I realized that even me, I have a pretty fluid way of thinking about dressing, but it always depends on where I'm going.
Yeah.
I realized that if I'm going to somewhere more higher end or higher class, like maybe somewhere in Karen or whatever, if I'm going to the club, I will usually... But club, I mean like a country club, not to the club at night.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, exactly. Then I'll usually just feel comfortable because I'm just like, I feel the environment is okay. But if I'm going somewhere where it's just like anyone can be there, you know, like then I would just be like, I don't know, you know. And it's not that I myself feel like I have to censor myself, but it's because
of the world.
Yeah, and then it's also like I don't want that many people just staring at me, you know.
And that day I chose to ignore that. So it's not like I'm saying, oh no, I wasn't sure this would happen. I knew that would happen. It's just like I'm just so hot. Honestly, I just the idea that day of wearing like sijui skirt or whatever, I was just like, I can't do it. So I chose to go into that environment. But the fact that this is how we assess things, you know, we gotta like, you know, balance things like this, whereas there's far more freedom awarded to men with with certain things. Men don't have to consider their safety. Men don't really have to think about like, if I wear this and something happens to me, will people be like, why was she wearing it?
It's crazy. I
Victim
feel like with
shaming.
that,
Oh my
victim
God.
shaming. I feel like also that one is particular to the African context in a lot of ways.
A lot more.
Yeah, because like you said,
everywhere still, but more so in the African
because
context.
I feel like, I mean, Tantalizer, we see the things she wears and I'm just like, in which African country are you wearing something like that? You
Which
know,
is
kind
so
of thing.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
And you know, when we're talking about like moving the conversation forward, embracing equity, all of these things, we are, sometimes I feel like we're in a tight spot. I wear that, whatever, maybe this horrible man who does think that he has right over my body because I'm wearing something short, does something to me. Do I want to be traumatized just to hold a stand?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't. So I just would just prefer, it's like, I'll keep myself safe until it's safe.
Yeah.
Which is so, like,
And
now
it's
how
just-
do we do it?
Yeah, it's so, men just don't think about such things. Like the number of times I'm just like, Zach is just like, let's take a walk at night. We're just taking a walk. Okay, if I'm with him, obviously it's fine. But then like,
There you go with him. Me, I call you at 8. You're taking a walk.
oh, sweetie, are you crazy?
You're insane.
Are you on drugs?
Yeah, so that's another thing. That's one thing.
Okay, let me say a positive one. women have higher life expectancy. Doesn't necessarily mean that we live longer, but we're expected to live longer.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's great.
That's a pretty good one. And
Our
then
libido gets better with age.
it does.
It does. So your sex life is usually bound to get better as you get older.
Yes, yes. Okay, and then this one I guess it's debatable, but I feel like as women, I feel like we have more power, so to speak, in the sense that we are not as easily ruled by our genitals. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel like the even very, very powerful men have been brought down by a woman because they're not usually able to. It's like they're very malleable when it comes to like a soft spot they have for a woman. I feel like women are not as easily swayed, are not as easily, you're not likely to like make a really bad decision and give everything away or throw everything away for the sake of sex with a particular man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that for sure. But we are just as daft for emotions.
Oh yeah, we are. Ooh,
And
yes.
the conversation has ended because yes, they're more likely to make the stupid decision like, oh my God, I'm horny, let me have sex. But how many women have taken so much crap over because I love him? They're taking it right now because I love him, but he said he loved me, and you're just like, wait, what? An iron to your face, and we're discussing love. We are dumb
And
when
actually,
it comes to
and they're able
emotion.
to use that because it's so easy to just say I love you as opposed to like putting out.
And we're able
night.
to use sex with them. It's like if I want to get something from a guy, like sex easy, done,
super easy,
done. So that's it. We use and abuse that because we know those are our weaknesses. And I don't know which one I prefer. I think I prefer the men because women, it's years and years of suffering. 12 years a slave, as you like to say. 12 years a bloody slave over I love him. While we're on this topic, by the way, when we did the episode of things we're too old for, there was some very, like, I would say men who have different opinions on our Instagram page saying that we are dragging the younger generation into our feminist ideology. People think that's an insult, but you just
that's great.
You seem to not know what it means.
Exactly.
So now this is already a damn conversation.
And it's awkward. It's awkward for you.
And someone, when we talked about we are too old to have inauthentic relationships, there was someone who put a comment under our Instagram page saying that if you're using this to have a marriage based on what God intended for marriage, this is the wrong way to think about it, right? And I was just like, so God tells us to be in an inauthentic relationship. I don't think so.
Are you kidding?
In fact, it's like the man God chose for you is one of the things that is spoken about so much. So that means it's an authentic. It is authentic.
It's authentic. And it feels that way. Yeah?
It is authentic. It feels that way. So the idea that the marriage God wants for you contradicts an authentic relationship, we just need to discuss that in class.
Did you respond to his
no,
comments?
I actually lost it. It's like I saw it, then I went to do something, then I came back. Now it wasn't in my radar, but I just thought about it right now. So we are not guiding anybody to go against God. But if God and an inauthentic relationship where you're being used and abused go hand in hand, then we are debating something
maybe he
else.
doesn't understand what it means to be in an inauthentic, or what the word inauthentic means, because I feel like how can anyone
as soon as he heard that, what he heard is empowered woman. If you are somebody who is using and abusing someone, that is going to threaten your agenda.
Exactly.
So that's why you don't want the next generation doing that, because there's no space for men who don't like empowered women if we're all empowered.
I look forward to seeing a generation of women who literally just stand up for themselves.
Gen Z are giving me hope.
And literally they just say, you're not going to treat me like that.
Yes.
They're not waiting for 10 years to leave him. They're leaving him strike 3. We're out.
We're out because you've been told. You've offered therapy, but I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. All right, another thing that I do love about one thing I love about being a woman is our bodies. I know we've talked about like the pains and labors and all of these things, but I don't know what it is about.
How did I not even think about that?
Yeah,
I love that we have soft bodies.
Our soft bodies. I love our breasts. I love how our hips feel. I love how our thighs are like, how we are formed, how clothes fit on us.
I love that.
Vagina is like, wow, look at you, babe.
Okay,
and
not
no,
wow.
You say vaginas are ugly, but actually I have a really love relationship with my vag.
Your vagina is, I've seen your vagina, and I would say like it's among the top 2 vaginas I've ever seen in my life. Okay. No, you have a really pretty vagina.
I do.
You have a really, it's just like dainty and cute and sweet.
It's just like, oh.
Yeah, it's quite nice. So I understand why you love yours. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I do. Our bodies are just
Nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like when I wore this dress, this is from Epiphany.
Yeah.
I saw it, I dressed, and it just felt like a man wouldn't look this cute in this. He would know.
No, yeah,
You know?
I love it. In fact, I'm always just wondering when God was just like, now let me make for you
And
a
you have
woman.
such a womanly body.
Right?
Top.
And then now just imagine like when he's just putting like the clay and just like, oh, I think it'll look nice if I
Yeah,
make it
just like
round here
this
and,
and this
round
and
here.
that
And then I know,
Yeah.
just cute
And not to
and
say, but
sweet.
just like shape, because we are shaped also differently, but just the way our bodies are.
Yeah.
Just, I love it.
I love
that
it.
about being a
Me
woman.
too.
Yeah.
I love bodies.
And I'm always touching Jo. She has such a
She's
soft
just
body.
always touching me. But now if we were two men, everyone would just be like, now we are trending. Podcast
Let's
hosts
change
seen
this.
touching each other.
Yeah, let's change this. Man talk, change our dynamic.
Yeah,
Have
please.
a hug. Have a kiss.
Hey.
Why? Look at you. Why?
Oh,
look.
I mean,
look.
wait, okay, wait,
But
the
we've
kiss.
kissed.
Oh, you
We've
want them
kissed.
to, yeah.
You are literally
okay.
contradicting everything we're saying.
No. Okay.
I am doing the
Okay,
work
listen,
and she's just
listen.
undoing it.
No, but we need to go step by step.
Yeah?
This will be 50 years from now that men will just be able to like me. Oh, hey, how you
Let's
doing?
break
Mwah.
it now. Let's break it now.
So your man kissing another man
I
is
said
fine.
man talk.
Oh,
Why
but-
are you, now why are you? Now
but
why are
it's
you?
her man.
What's happening, Joanne?
Wow. But yeah,
we love it.
I love our bodies. Okay, fine. Another thing I love about being a woman is just I feel like we are allowed to live a softer existence. We're allowed to I feel like maybe we're allowed to make more mistakes. Okay, less and more mistakes, but like it's like society is just more forgiving because they expect less from us generally as women.
There you go. There you go.
So it's like it's easier. I remember, and I think I've shared this story before, when I was thinking about transitioning to content creation. I feel like because I was a woman, it was kind of just like, oh, okay, fine. I mean, I can quit my job. My husband earns well. He'll just take care of me. And then when things work out, then, you know, I'll have money and I'll be able to contribute. But if they don't, you know, it's fine. And I was able
Zach
to...
bought a ring light.
Yeah.
This is what he wants to do now.
Who's Zach? I'm on to my next husband. That's about it. My man with a ring light?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, so I just love the fact that, I don't know, we are able to do more just because it's not like our worth is not measured necessarily right now by how much money you have, your big word. It's more of like, how do you look? How pretty are you?
Which is a problem.
How feminine
still,
are you?
but
Exactly.
yeah.
It's a problem. But like sometimes I'm like, I like being able to sit in that.
Yeah.
I like, in fact, some days, like because of the work that we do, sometimes it's not always a hectic day. And even when I'm just lying on my bed watching shows and you're in your sitting room just watching things, I'm like, if your man was just like sitting on the
What
couch,
a
like, why
waste.
aren't you walking?
What a waste. Look at
Why
this
aren't you
lazy
walking?
buffoon.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Not a buffoon.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I get it.
Yeah,
It's
and I
true.
like that. I like that being able to be like soft. I know even if tomorrow I decided I don't want to work anymore, let me be a stay-at-home mom, I could.
Yeah. Things are more amazing when you achieve when you're a woman.
Yes.
More amazing. Yeah, it's like more like, oh my God, wow, you are able to do it, because especially on this side of success and all of this career, we haven't the bar has been set so bloody low. So now it's just like, it's more wow when you do it. That's changing soon though. Like women are bossing up.
And
so
I don't know. I don't want to take women a few steps back, but
the pressure, because the
can we
pressure
go back to how it was before?
says
kind of.
Murugiwa Disco.
Oh God!
I worked so hard for this. It was work.
But you know what? The
You're
disco,
putting up it's
the
you
disco,
who's changing the bar. Actually,
it's a facade. If I could still have my discovery, but it's like my man just bought it for me. You think I wouldn't still enjoy the discovery? I would.
Definitely.
Exactly. But now we have to work. We have to toil.
Same.
And it feels nice to achieve, but also it's like, you know, I want to be able to know that if I want to just relax, I can also just relax.
You know, Joe, we're in a different phase of our life. And actually, I'm really glad you came with me, because me, I'm like, that intense energy.
Have you seen
is
me
behind,
lately?
Oh, I see.
I'm resting.
And
I'm
I
chilling,
love
girl.
this for us. Actually, guess what? I was worried.
Oh, what are you going to do to our friendship?
I was, because I literally this year I decided, I was just like, I want to move with intention. It's not always doing constant proving that I'm doing stuff. Things are, who am I proving to?
Yeah, exactly.
Today, nothing is happening. Nothing can happen. It's fine.
Exactly.
And I'm so glad.
has made me change that, because now I'm just like, what am I leaving the house for?
Yeah, why?
Where am I going?
But where were you going before? Because it wasn't decided to be with Zach. So what was happening before?
I think it was just that being so used to the culture of always being on the move and always feeling like
hustle mentality.
And it's like if you're sitting watching, it's just like, oh God, no, I'm not making
wasting
money.
Your time.
Exactly. But it's like
you're not.
You're not wasting your time.
Your life for sure. Yeah. And I think everyone has this phase in different times in their life.
For sure.
But I love this phase for sure.
And it's like when you do move, it's so efficient and intentional that you could still do more in that one time that you've moved than if you are doing the whole week running around, you know,
up and down for no reason. Actually, there's a time when we talked about how as content creators we work more hours than sometimes people who do 9 to 5.
Oh, you bring that up again so we could get dragged.
No, because somebody said that I said that we work harder. I was like, no, I never said that. I never said we work harder. I said that sometimes we find ourselves working far more hours when the point of being a content creator was to have more freedom.
Exactly.
So it didn't make any sense. So somebody caught feelings and they said that I said that I said we work harder. Absolutely no. I don't know what you're doing your 9 to 5. I can't say I work harder than everyone in the world of 9 to 5. No. But I said that we find ourselves doing way more when really we sort out these careers so that we can have more freedom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This year I want to really fully enjoy what it means to have that freedom.
And if you're not at the place in your career to do that, when else? When else? Surely. What else do I love more about? Something else I love about being a woman is we pride ourselves so much in community, so we constantly find purpose as we get older, right? So, and I've seen this very clearly with my grandparents. So because men are mostly about work, and essentially most of us do retire, most people do retire. When that goes away, even like when we were watching The Crown, Prince Philip had that. When feeling like he like, what am I here for? It's like, now I'm just like an old man. Whereas women, as we get older, our motherhood, our grandmotherhood, our being aunties, our, you know, we connect women's groups, chamas, we connect so much with our community, and that doesn't die. So we get we find purpose in different stages of our life because of that. Honestly, the more I see my grandparents getting older, the more I'm just like, wow, being a woman.
And so I would even feel worse for like a man whose wife has died or who never got married, because now literally there's no even woman to drag you. Come from this chama meeting with me, or let's go to this person's wedding.
And even though my grandparents are really attached at the hip, you can see what they're getting from these experiences is very different. You know, my shoshu will call my shoshu calls all my cousins now. My shoshu on my mom's side. I'm like, I'll hear someone say, oh, Shosho called me the other day. Shosho called me. I'm like, we're a million. Then she has her kids. Then she has her friends. And, you know, and guess what? All of them have been called. And you wonder, like, how? But I love that because you see the joy.
Is she working in Safaricom?
It's wild.
Wow. She's keeping the lights on.
She's keeping the lights on. And I see how much joy she finds in that. So her age to her is just like, today I get to see my grandchild being one, or my great-grandchild being one. There's so much joy in that sense of community. So I love that. And I look forward to that. It makes me excited to get older as a woman.
Exactly. I think for men, it's really just their own fault. It's like, I mean, it's your own fault. But also it's like, I feel bad for you because society has put so much of your worth in your work and, you know, your money and what you're earning, that literally you don't have time. You can't afford to focus on anything else because your peers are literally grinding and focusing on that. So who are you going to now be if you're the one who's focusing on family? But slowly I'm seeing like a shift. I think our generation of fathers are definitely putting in more effort
in their families
to be present in their families, in like being part of like family events and things like that. So hopefully that's going to change.
I hope so.
Our parents' age,
I hope it seems to be going is like better fathers are becoming more and more the norm, whereas worse is still like increasing. You know, it's like the world feels like it's being separated. It's like we're becoming more extreme in every way. So great fathers are like amazing. Worse is just like even so much worse. I don't know what. Or like, you know, people who are conscious is becoming so extreme. People who are unconscious with like addiction and all. It's getting worse.
Is it just because we notice it more specifically? You know, growing up, a lot of us had toxic parents, but at that time you couldn't recognize, you couldn't say it's toxic. All you know is that it feels bad. It feels bad. Now we're able to name them, like, you know, you're unavailable, you're narcissistic, you are this, you're abusive. But when we were younger, it's just kind of like, oh, I don't really like hanging out with you.
We're more educated in these things. You're so right. Yeah, we're more aware. We're more conscious.
Aware. Exactly.
It's true. Okay. All right. Well, that's one thing I do love about being a woman.
But either way, no matter what, if I was being given a choice at birth, I would be like, make me a woman still.
For me, now, for choices, I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't think about it.
Woman. One of the worst things about being a woman is periods.
Yeah.
This is factual.
General
hormones, periods, things
pains,
like that. Just like, you know, I was actually calculating.
Why are my nipples throbbing?
Why is my butthole throbbing?
Because you're on your period.
That's it.
Everyone knows that thing when you're on your period.
What's happening? Why? Is it like, oh God. And me, actually, I was telling Nelly yesterday, I was close to tears because I was like, so the whole of last week, I was already down in the dumps PMSing. Then the whole of this week, I'm on my actual period and now it's uncomfortable. So 2 weeks out of my month is spent like this. That's half my life. That's half my life. It literally, it's like women, we have two personalities. There's the one for PMS and periods, then there's you. But which one is actually you? Because maybe this one is actually me. Who knows?
Yeah. For me, it has nothing to do with like around my periods. For me, it's ovulation day.
If I got ovulation as well, I would actually end it all.
Ovulation day. The rest, majority of my period, maybe like sometimes day 2 is like, but mostly all my hormones are alive on my ovulation day. Alive. I mean, I hate everything. Sometimes when I just find myself in a really bad mood, I just go to my calendar. It tells me, oh, it's the day when you hate everyone. Apparently, this is the day when I'm supposed to be shagging so that I can have children.
Babies.
Fun. You guys, you're just going to have to tie me down. Just get it over and done
as
with.
You're kicking and screaming.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, I love my ovulation period. I'm feeling so feminine.
Really?
And like just happy. I feel like my boobs feel bigger when I'm ovulating.
I feel like
I'm just
bag of potatoes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But period time, or even before my period, I don't feel anything. Actually, mood-wise, I feel nothing.
You should just thank God then, because it's just like you get a few days of this other one, but then the rest of the time
it's actually just that one. Yeah. That one, and then...
Me already, I know my period is just about to start. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, why am I pregnant? Because your stomach is so bloated. Oh, let's not talk about period diarrhea, I find annoying period about that? Farting.
It's because when you're done having kids, it's still here.
Yeah, why? And you know what's even worse? Let me tell you the worst. There's history of late menopause in my family, which means I could be a 55-year-old woman changing a tampon. And now it's even worse because my fingers maybe have arthritis, so I'm struggling here to put my hands. Oh God, no. Horrific.
Wow, yeah, that's top of the list.
Yeah,
of one of the
worst
worst
things.
So.
I would say so. I hope you end up being one of the women who, like, when you give birth, your period doesn't come back for like 3 years or something.
Yeah,
but
then what if I want to have another child immediately? But does that affect it? Does that matter?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I think it does.
So yeah, no, just bring it and let's just get it over and done with.
You shouldn't have another child immediately afterwards.
No, I don't want it immediately. You know, Riri. All right, Han.
I know.
All right, 1 week post birth, she was definitely on it.
Yeah.
But I don't want it immediately. But you know, close enough.
Yeah, maybe after have shown the impact that has on the child.
On the first child, I agree. I agree, and I've seen it in real life with dynamics of first and children who are like. One of them
super close.
Looks a bit more repressed. Anyway, yeah, that's definitely a top thing to hate. We should end with a good one.
I said, one of the things I said is that I feel like there are more fashion choices for women, which is fantastic. It's just like you can wear dresses and skirts and tops and pants and skirts and whatever. As a man, like literally whenever we're packing for trips with Zach, it's just like, okay, here, take this bunch of shorts, this bunch of t-shirts, underwear, socks.
Yeah. And I know this conversation is not really, I don't know, inclusive of non-binary people.
I mean,
and all of these things. But, you know, for the purpose of conversation, we are definitely accepting that. It's just like, no, we've got to say left, right.
Exactly,
make the
But
point.
whichever way you identify, you're welcome here.
Absolutely. Maybe we end. Another thing which I love about being a woman is sex as a woman. I'm not sure what sex is like as a man, but for whatever reason, I just feel like we enjoy it more.
I feel like they enjoy it more.
I don't think so.
Oh, no, wait.
We enjoy it more because guess what? Every in feels good. But a lot of men say like, yeah, it does. But
no,
really...
you mean like every in.
like the feeling of in and out, we love so much.
Don't they love it?
They don't love it as much as the climax. That's why for them, that's it.
For us, the climax is like, it's great.
It's great.
It's a cherry on top, but everything's yummy.
Every moment of sex to us, it's like, oh my God.
You're right.
Whereas for them, it's not so much. Also, the clitoris has 8,000 nerve endings, 2 or 3 times more than the penis.
But his butthole is where all the nerve endings are.
But how many of them are allowed to
put your finger
enjoy?
in there? That's all I'm saying.
You see?
Yeah.
So yeah, sex as a woman itself feels... It feels like an experience.
Yeah. Also, I feel like we get to enjoy it more simply because we are never thinking about performance. I have never entered
I'm here
bed
to be
thinking,
pleased.
yeah, I'm here to be a queen. And it's like, you're going to get what you're going to... Like, I never, ever think about like, oh my God, is he enjoying it? Is this... is he going to... Am I at my best? I never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm offering it and I'm present and I'm putting in work.
It.
I already know this is already a high experience.
It's a top tier experience for you. For you. But I know men, they get so caught up in their heads because after they're just comparing like, oh, you know, like what is my dick size? Have I lied down there to think, oh, what is the size of my hole?
No, I
I've
don't
never.
care. Yeah. There's actually a conversation I had with someone who I had sexual intercourse with, and they were telling me after the fact, like, they don't feel like they did the best job, right?
Yeah.
Because I guess apparently he was in his head about something or whatever, whereas I was just like, Nancy wanted to throw the phone across the room. It's okay. These things happen. When she's angry, she does what she does.
And you know, that's being a woman.
And for me, it was like, first of all, I had such an amazing experience. So I was just like, what was happening? So you might not even been involved, and I really had the time of my life.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that happens with them a lot. And sometimes maybe when they're stressed and stuff, they're not always able to perform because it's such a mental thing. But I guess for us as well. But yeah, sex as a woman, I feel like it's an exceptional experience that maybe... And also, not like
I feel like it doesn't take that much for you as a woman to please a man. I feel like they kind of have to do more to please us.
You're right.
Yeah. I feel like with a man, it's just like even just being present.
Because our bodies are like more complex and stuff like that. Whereas them, it's just like there's a in and out. You're here. You've climaxed.
King between us, you can, if you think
you
we're
can
lying,
deny.
you tell us exactly.
We know you don't like Starfish Sally.
Yeah,
we know that. Just lying there dead. We know that much.
Mm.
But I feel like most of the time you enjoy sex just because I'm here and I'm present, there. Right?
Yeah.
Also, for this conversation, for those who are watching on YouTube, please, King between us, join in the conversation and tell us what you love about women. Tell us, celebrate us on this day. Share with us what about how we talk or walk or whatever that you love most about women. Let's celebrate ourselves so that those who don't even get Happy International Women's Day, you can find the joy of from the opposite sex, how it feels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love being a woman.
I love
in my 30s, I've loved being able to explore more feminine aspects of my womanhood and more masculine elements of my womanhood, because I feel like in different ways, depending on what I'm going through, I'm having to do a bit of both.
Nice.
So like, for example, now with Zach gone, I feel like there are some masculine elements or like, I have to kind of do, because some of the things he was handling before, like talking to fundis or managing things, it's like I kind of have to bring out that masculine.
Even when you did the gas, I was like, oh God.
Exactly. So then in a way, it's like I've started to appreciate that side of me, but I've also really been appreciating my feminine. And like now when like we talk on the phone, I find I'm able to be a lot more feminine with him when he's away, which is so interesting.
Yeah. I feel because of actually, I think I shared this with you. When you remove the everyday pick up kids, what's happening, you guys are going to be more Zach and Joe.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you're coming, and that's why you can be more. Because it's not about doing anything. It's just I'm showing up as me.
And it's so funny because now, like in this 2 weeks he's been gone, I think we've had more like intentional conversations than we've ever had in like that amount of time since we met.
That's what Aggie says about long distance.
It's
like
so nice.
It's more intimate in that it's not every day. Oh, how are you? You're not even listening. Me, I'm doing what I'm doing, but you can tell me how your day was. Where this time it's like
on the couch and
you don't get to see him throughout the day. So it's just like, how was your day?
So good.
Genuinely,
yeah. And every tiny detail matters. It's like it really feels really intimate, and I feel like it's really bringing out the feminine side of me.
I love that. Who knew you asked to be feminine?
And
here
now,
he is. This is what's happening.
You don't question the Lord's methods.
However he comes, he comes.
However it comes.
But yeah, anyway, guys, we are obsessed with being a woman. By the way, if you are a woman and you absolutely hate it, share with us.
Tell us.
Like, why do you, why does it feel awkward to you about being a woman, or all of the things you hate about women? Tell us. All the things you love about women, we also want to hear as well, because it's okay that some of the things about womanhood aren't great and we don't like them. And it's also okay to embrace the things that are absolutely amazing. So let us know in the comments below.
Please do let us know, guys. Also, thank you to everyone who wished us happy birthday last week. We felt special.
Absolutely
we felt
special.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
I had
much.
a fantastic birthday. Did you?
You're lying. You're lying.
I had a phenomenal birthday, guys.
I'm so glad.
We're pre-recording. That's why we're doing this.
It was so nice and went for that picnic, wasn't it? And I love what you did with the children's home.
It was so good.
It was really special.
Amazing. It's because, guys, our birthday is not yet because
our
we're pre-recording. Our birthday is
but-
next week, but this is what it is. But I claim that I had a wonderful birthday.
We're putting in the work. Okay. Anyway, happy International Women's Day to all the women out there. Please, today, just give a woman a hug, give her a kiss, a compliment, tell women anything, just anything. Appreciate the women in your life. Thank you guys so much for watching / listening. We'll see you in our next one.
Bye.